Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Had a blessed weekend. So typically my schedule for my canteen 9 to 5 job is Tuesday through Saturday. And I'm supposed to be getting Sundays and Mondays off. But for like the past few weeks, the past few months, I've been working a lot of Mondays at canteen, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's double time, so I make 400, 500 bucks in like 8, 9 hours. So it's kind of nice. So I've been doing that a lot, and now finally I have a Monday off, which is today. Gonna go do some lawn care, and that was the entire plan. Going back like a month and a half, my wife and I decided that I could do like 10, 15, 20 yards, something like that, because I'd go to work, and then after I get out, I'd just mow for a few hours, and I got my helper with me. So today we're actually going to go mow, and we're going to start pretty early in the morning. We might be able to get all of the yards done today. I think there's like 11 or 12 in total. Have a couple new ones, but yeah, so we're going to go mow some grass. We're going to make some money. We're going to talk about a few things today and give you guys a couple of tips. Been getting a lot of comments, asking a ton of different questions, so that's why I made this channel, to help you guys out and watch me grow, and then we can learn together. First tip I want to give you guys, it's not really a tip, it's kind of just something that I stumbled upon. And they are dirty. So you guys, these are the Nike, these are the Metcon 9s, okay? These are custom made. When I say custom, I mean I got the teal and then the black laces and the brown and whatever. But anyway, they came out with these shoes. Those of you that know shoes, I don't know shoes at all. I just heard a lot about these. People that work out and do CrossFit, and just like, they're very supportive. This big brown thing in the middle that goes all the way up the shoe, it hugs your foot. And I always have so many arch problems in the bottom of my foot. I always get like, if I wear a bad pair of shoes for just a few hours, my feet hurt so bad for the rest of the night, and sometimes into the morning. I'll roll out of bed, I'll step on the floor, and I'm just like aching in pain. It doesn't matter if I take ibuprofen or whatever it may be, and I'm not a foot doctor by any means, so I have no idea what that means, and some of you might know. But anyway, I'm telling you about these shoes because I wear them when I go out. I actually wore them to work for the very first time, even though I'm not really supposed to. I'm supposed to wear like a solid black or a solid brown shoe. But it was Saturday and nobody was there. It was just me. And I was like, dude, I'm going to wear these and try them out and see if I love them. And I absolutely fell in love with them after about 15 minutes, and I knew I would. But I wear them with me when I go on my hikes, and I wear them with me when I go disc golfing with my friends. They're just super comfortable shoes. So I'm trying to tell you guys, if you're looking for something that's lightweight and you're looking for something that's very comfortable and affordable, you guys check these shoes out. They're the Nike Metcon, so that's Metcon 9. It's the Metcon 9s. My wife actually just bought me another pair. They're all black, 104 bucks, you guys. Like, and not kidding, these shoes are just wicked comfortable. I'm hoping that they hold up and they don't fall apart and this, that, and the other. I've had them for like 3 months now, and you guys, I'm telling you, I wear them all the time, everywhere, and they still look good, except for they're very dirty because, like I said, I wear them out in the woods. But I'm wearing them to work now too. I used to wear steel toe boots, but the difference in how much the steel toe boots weigh and how much they make my feet sweat, and they're very comfortable boots. And sometimes in different applications, if you're cutting down trees or if you're working in a shop and you have to wear steel toes, I get it. But if you could get away from it, that's totally understandable too. Just wanted to let you guys know, that's a little pro tip for you. Wear comfortable stuff. Like if you're out in the sun all day long and you don't want to get burnt to a crisp, I understand the sun is great for you, but sometimes, if you're just bright red, you don't want to just burn yourself to a crisp. These shirts I got on Amazon a long time ago. They're called Kalkal, Kalkal, and they have tons of stuff. They've got shoes, they've got masks, they've got hats, whatever it may be. This is a very, very lightweight, breathable shirt, and they're very comfortable to wear. So being comfortable when you're outside doing chores or whatever it may be, make sure you're comfortable, you guys. Make sure you got on safety glasses, make sure you got on ear protection. Make sure you cover yourself. I don't know how people can weed whack in shorts, but hey, whatever it is. I know I did my yard a couple, like last week, and I was wearing shorts, and then I looked down and there was blood coming everywhere out of my shins and out of my calves and everything from just rocks and sticks just stabbing me to death. But it's on you, you guys. If you want to be comfortable, that's cool. I think it helps a lot, especially if you're out doing 10, 20 yards a day. Being comfortable is very important for me. So there's just a couple of small things that you should think about, and shoes is a huge one for me. So let me pack up my stuff. I got to get my trailer set up. We're about to head out here in probably the next half hour, and then I'll get with you guys in just a minute. You guys, I feel like I've hooked this trailer up like 1,000 times in my life. Just how it goes sometimes. Just always make sure you're double checking everything. You don't want like 2 or 3 hours of downtime because you forgot to latch something or if you got to pick something up. I like to get on the trailer, check, make sure the tongue's locked in before I drive that big old mower. And I forgot, you guys, I forgot to get the smaller backpack blower set up because I don't want to use the 800 on day-to-day mowings. That's why I bought the 600. But I forgot to set that up. There's always so much to do, but I love it at the same time. This is probably the only downside to having a utility trailer versus an enclosed trailer is that you always have to unload and load your trailers up. These are Green Touch trimmer racks. I picked these up, I don't know, 4 years ago. They're pretty expensive, you guys, but they, as you can tell, like I just put these in there just like super easy. I do see a lot of people throwing their stuff in the back of their trucks, but if you got brush, debris, bags, garbage, all that stuff, your truck gets filled up pretty quickly. Just got to grab the push mower, the blower, and the accelerator. So let's do that real quick. One absolutely amazing thing about an electric mower, it folds up and you can toss it around. You're not leaking gas all over the place. My tailgate still smacks on my whatever that thing's called that lifts the trailer up and down, the jack, I guess. Yes, my tailgate still smacks on that, so it keeps scratching the crap out of it. It'll cost me like 150 bucks to get that moved off to the side, and I probably should. Also, this toolbox, I think is becoming a pain in my butt for, I keep, like, it'll jackknife a lot easier. I think I might need to switch to a smaller one, but right now there's a lot of stuff in there. I got tarps in there, I got my trimmer attachments, my hedge trimmer attachment, a backup weed whacker, all kinds of stuff in that toolbox. Really nice to have a toolbox, but at the same time, it's kind of a burden. But I guess we'll have to figure out if the pros outweigh the cons. So right now, push mower is just going in the back of my truck. We do use it one time. I have a bungee cord wrapped around the push mower just because I don't want it rolling back and forth in the bed of my truck, because it might hit this throttle and like break it because it's plastic. But you guys, this is the Milwaukee push mower, and I love it because I spent about 1,100 bucks on it. Was it 3 years ago? And it came with 2 HD12s. For any of you guys know anything about Milwaukee batteries, the big HD12s, they're expensive. You can get them for about 250 bucks. Sometimes you might be able to find a sale, but the reason why I went with some of my electric tools, for those of you that don't know, is because before I even started lawn care, I already had a whole bunch of Milwaukee tools, and I had tons of batteries, and I didn't really see the point in going out and spending $600 on a combi system from Steel or Echo or whatever it may be, when I could have just spent, like I did, 200 bucks on each one of these little tools, just the tool only without batteries. And I was able to get the Milwaukee combi system for like 400 bucks, and then I bought 2 more batteries, so that was like 1,000 bucks in total. And I was able to get the weed whacker, the hedge trimmer, the edger, the handheld blower, and I think there was one other tool, yeah, the chainsaw, the pole saw or whatever it's called. So I got all that stuff. And if I was to buy all that gas from Steel, that's like $3 grand, you know, like three. So I saved myself $2,000 by going electric. Do I think the electric's the right way to go? I think it's different for everybody, you guys. To be completely honest with you, like if you like the battery, if you like pulling the batteries out at night, plugging them in, then you know you're good to go. There is always that worry though, that let's say you forgot to charge your batteries, or you lost power and your batteries quit charging on you, or your charger broke on you, and you still got to go out and mow 15, 20 lawns that day, and you have no tools to get it done. Well, then you're probably gonna have to dedicate like an hour and get yourself one of those fast chargers and sit there and just charge all your batteries individually or whatever it may be. There's always something that can happen, but the same thing goes for gas. The carburetor could get clogged, or the head could break off. There's all kinds of things that could go wrong. So saying that gas is better than electric or electric's better than gas, you guys, it's really up to you, because at the end of the day, you might save some money not buying gas, but you know, the batteries might not last 2 years or whatever it may be. And I think that's as far as the battery warranty goes, it's like 1.5 years or 2 years, something like that. So when it comes to whether or not you want to run electric or gas, literally it's up to you guys. I've seen many people do both, and they're all succeeding. So I think there's more important things when it comes to lawn care than trying to figure out why gas is better than electric, or why electric is better than gas. So at the end of the day, it's up to you guys. But I can tell you this, and a lot of people will agree with me, when you're first starting out, and I just had somebody ask me yesterday, when you're first starting your lawn care business, you guys, or any business in that general, if you don't have clients and you don't have work, you might as well start with what you have. Start with a push mower, start with a broom, start, you know, with your dad's John Deere tractor that's been sitting in the garage for 20 years. If you don't have clients, if you don't have 15, 20, 30 clients, there's no point in going to the store and spending $15,000 on a brand new ZK. There's no point in doing it. If you don't have the work, don't go out and buy the tools, you guys. You know what I mean? Bringing the accelerator with us also. I love that thing's aluminum. We might use that today. I like to bring it with me because sometimes people have lots of leaves or tall grass, something in the yard that I don't really like seeing. So I'll bring the accelerator with me. Super easy to pop on and off. If you guys don't know what an accelerator is, man, it's a game changer is what it is. Let's see. I got the 800. I got the 600. This is for leaf cleanups. This is for daily maintenance. I want to bring this with me. The reason why I got rid of my Echo and my Husky is because they suck gas, you guys. I've used the 800 a few times. I've used the 600 a few times now, and I can honestly tell you, so far, these are probably my favorite. Just saying it. I'm not going through gas like I used to. The Echo PB9010 is far superior when it comes to blowing power, but I have yet to find anything, piles of wet leaves, leaves that have been on the ground for 3 or 4 years, big sticks, whatever it may be. I've yet to come across an obstacle that the 800 cannot handle. And that, I mean, that's all you need, you know what I mean? That's like me driving an F-150 instead of an F-450 or an F-350. Like, I don't need it. I haven't came across a trailer or a load that's so big that my F-150 can't handle it. That's why I went with that truck. So you guys, it's not about who has the most power or this, that, and the other. It's about what is practical, what makes sense, what's going to make you money. That's why I went with the Wright Standard ZK. It's a badass mower, you guys. It's got a 15-gallon tank capacity. It's fast, has great cuts. It's super reliable. I've had 2 of them now. The first one I got up to 850 hours, something like that. Had no issues with it whatsoever. The only thing that went wrong was the gas gauge was getting foggy, so I replaced it. And then I think that's the only thing that went wrong with it. So, oh, and then the starter, but that was totally my fault because it was 36 degrees outside and I was spraying it down with water, and then after like 5 minutes it froze, so the starter kept sticking and sticking, and I was like, whatever. So I went online, bought a new one. It was like $100. I replaced it myself. Whatever. That was so long ago, you guys, but that was my fault. That wasn't on right. So if you find something that you love, if you are somebody who loves John Deere's, or you love Cub Cadets, or you love your Toros, awesome, dude. I'm not here to sit here and tell you this is what you need to do. I just want you to be good at what you do. I want you to run a successful business. I want you to make money. I want you to be happy at what you do, because I know the first 4 years I was in the business, I was listening to people and I was watching YouTube videos, and I was like, I gotta get this and I gotta get that. And it's like, dude, my 5-foot by 8-foot trailer makes me bank. I got a $15,000 lawnmower sitting on there on a $1,200 Tractor Supply trailer, you guys. $15,000 lawnmower rolling around on a $1,200 trailer. Is it making me money? Yeah, over $300,000 already. The thing makes money, okay? So, you know, if it works, it works. Is there ways that you can become faster? Absolutely. Is there ways that you can become more efficient? Absolutely. And it wasn't until a few weeks ago that I realized, you know what? Solo might not be the best for me. So I got some help, and that's what I need, because I was running into a point where I was like trying to be efficient, but also trying to make money. And I kept running into these scenarios where, like, okay, are we going to grow, or are we going to cut back on our clients? Are we going to raise our prices? What are we going to do? And every time I'd be solo, and all of a sudden I'd get call after call after call after call. And then all of a sudden I have 80 clients and I can't handle them because I can't give them the 5-star that they deserve. And that's the price I'm charging for. So I went out, made a decision, hired somebody, and it's working out great. Right now, we don't have 1 million clients, but when the time comes, which it will, and the last 3 years have taught me that they do come, work will come, work will come, work will come, and then I'll bury myself and not be able to focus on other things. So I got the help, and when the time comes, which it will, I have the help, and then we'll be able to push through it and make some money. So keep that in the back of your mind, you guys, or all you new people that are starting out, thinking that you need to go out and buy this brand new mower. You don't have to do that, you guys. There are steps that you want to take. You want to learn how to cut grass. You want to learn how to talk to clients. You want to learn how to get clients. You want to learn how to get 5-star reviews, and there's tons of things that you can learn that don't take money. They just take time and experience. So getting out there, getting your name out there, getting yourself some clients, using a couple of push mowers. If you got like 4 or 5 clients a week, you're already off to a good start. You're learning, okay? That's the best thing that's the best advice I can give you, or anybody else can give you, is you got to get out there and you got to get to it. There's no point in having a $4,000 trailer and a $20,000 lawnmower and a $50,000 truck and you only have 4 clients, okay? And I've seen it time and time and time again. People get started in this industry and they got these giant 18-foot V-nose enclosed trailers. They got 3 stand-on mowers on the inside of them, and then they're driving a $60,000, $70,000 Denali, whatever it may be. They got $2,000, $3,000 worth of decals on the side of their trailer, and they've got no work. Okay, that's terrible. Then you got me, somebody out here with a $20,000 truck, $15,000 mower on a $1,200 trailer and a couple of electric tools and then an FS94R. It's like $500. Like, dude, I'm out here killing it. Like, all this stuff has paid for itself time and time and time and time and time again. And my problem is I don't have enough of me to get the work that I'm getting done, which is a good problem to have. But anyway, grabbing the 600, I'm gonna see if it'll fit in that little holder right there. The only problem with that is, like, as you can see, the 800, they came up with this design where you can just turn that tube and then it'll actually latch on right here. So that thing doesn't go anywhere. That doesn't have that. So that's the reason why that one hasn't been coming with us, because I have that set up to where this thing fits, the 800 fits right inside. The hose doesn't go anywhere, but we gonna figure that out. I'm gonna see if the 600 goes in here. And if it doesn't, I might just say screw it, throw it in the bed of the back of the truck and just roll with that for the day. But this is becoming an annoyance also, because I want to push this farther this way, because some of you might have noticed this is way off to the side, and we want this in the center and balanced as much as possible. And I'd like to bring it forward as much as possible because it's 1,000 pounds. But this is where I have the backpack blower at right now, and you know, it is what it is. Kind of sucks. There might be a way where I can put the blower like right here next to the edge of these, and then have the hose come up, and maybe I can screw a board into the side of the rail right here, and then the hose can just like strap in right there, which is something that I've done in the past. But those of you that didn't know, I used to have walls on this trailer, and it made putting these racks on 10 times easier. All right, I'm gonna finish setting up, you guys. Be with you in just a second. Well, I put the 600 in here. Come to find out, this thing is so much smaller than the 800. It just fit right in there. So I just have it sitting in there. I got a bungee cord keeping it, you know, from flying around, and then I just put the hose right here. Nice. That thing is so much smaller than that rack. So, like, there's inches. Look at that. That's a lot of space. The other 800 like butts right up to this thing right here, but that's good. Having the 600 with us, just to blow off driveways, like grass clippings a little bit here and there, that's going to save you so much time. And I did make a video last year comparing like 3 different blowers, and the Steels, the 800 and the 600, and then even the 700s. I don't know how they do it, but they save so much money on gas. So if you guys, please don't get mad at me, it's just advice, I don't care if you take it. If you are using PB 9010s for daily mowing maintenance, you're killing yourself, you guys. I mean, you're spending an extra $30 or $40 a week or whatever it may be. If like you mowed 60 lawns a week, and then you did the math, like if you use the 600 versus that 9010, you're spending like way more money on gas. It's just the facts. And like I said, I've been doing this for years, and I've never came across an application that would require the 9010. Like after I'm done mowing, I don't have a mountain of wet grass where the 9010 is needed. And the sad fact is, even if I had a mountain of wet grass sitting on the driveway, the 600 will blow it off just fine. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. They just think, okay, it's got more power, that's the best one to use. And that's the way people advertise the blowers, and that's, you know, why people buy them. And I had a 9010. It was a great blower. It made me money. I'm not saying that you can't make money with them. I'm just saying that you can make more money. And I think that's the point of owning your own business and buying these tools and stuff like that, is to help you make more money. So keep that in mind, you guys. Wait for my guy to get here, and then we're heading off to the first stop. All right, guys, we are here at the first property of the day. I got my little GoPro on right here because some of you are requiring, or not requiring, but some of you have been asking to see me mow the yards. So I gotta get this on for you guys, but we're gonna get going on this one. This is 70 bucks a week. She also asked me to trim up a couple of bushes in the front. I think she's referring to this one, which I can see why it would need to be trimmed. It's definitely coming into the driveway a little bit here. So I'll get the hedge trimmers out and we'll trim this back. Actually, it looks like I might be able to just take my snips and go through here and just cut a couple of these long ones down. But definitely this one And that's kind of the only bush. This one's not really doing much, but I guess I could cut that one down a little bit. She may be referring to the ones in the front of the house, which it looks like. You guys, sometimes this thing is a pain. This hedge trimmer, sometimes it's a pain in the butt. But it helps a lot. I used to have a handheld, so like a little handheld would be great for this. But when you got those big tall ones that you can't reach, this pole comes in handy. All right. Let's get it done. Alright, so we got this done. Now I just gotta go through and pick up all the stuff we just trimmed off. But we definitely trimmed it back. She said there was another one. I really don't know which one she's talking about. Maybe these ones? Maybe I'll trim these up too. They look like they need a little bit of 11s, but not much. But while we're here, why don't we just get it done? Already got the tool out and everything, so. Alright, let's hop to it. All right. That was not the worst thing in the world. A couple things that you could do with these trees. I've seen people charge hourly. I've seen them put them in their spring and fall cleanups. I've seen them charge by the bush. Typically these are like anywhere between $50 to $100 per bush or whatever it may be. And I know you guys just seen me do this and pretty quickly, but you still got to go through, and now you have to clean up all these leaves off the ground. So bear that in mind. So I'm going to go through real quick and I'm going to clean these up. Straggler or two. So as you can see, got a little one there, one right here, and one right there definitely. So that's why I didn't put the thing away. Just real quick, come through. That one. Now we're good. And sometimes depending on the yard that you guys are in, you may have to rake that stuff up and throw it in a bag and then in the back of your truck, or just in the back of your truck. But in this case, when I do cleanups for this lady, I just put the leaves into the woods anyway. So I kind of blew them halfway out there, and I'll let my mower take care of the rest of the work for me. But yeah, so that was a battery operated Milwaukee hedge trimmer. Kind of nice. All right, now I'm gonna get the mower out and we're gonna get to ripping on the mower. All right, let's get to mowing. All done. All right, guys. This is our second one of the day. Most of my GoPro batteries are about dead, so I'm just going to show you guys a little before and after. Might get a little bit of footage on the mower in the backyard or something. Alright, quick and easy. She's done. I got a little bit of footage for you guys on this one, and the sun's definitely not out today. It's full of clouds. Stripes are hard to see, but it'll be a checkered board here on a nice sunny day. Yeah, quick, easy, 60 bucks. On to the next one. We gotta hurry up because I think it's almost noon. Takes quite a bit of time when you're messing around with 2 GoPros and trying to charge batteries, and I had to do a little bit of extra work at the first spot doing the trimming and stuff, but yeah, let's pack it up, get on to the second or third one. All right, this one's 50 a week. Pretty easy cut, actually, not bad at all. he's out there blowing off the rest of the edging. That was the first time that's been edged since, I don't know, November, the last time we mowed it. So it was a little rough. And this one, he's got a sidewalk that goes literally all the way down there, and then all the way up here in the front, and then the driveway, and the little sidewalk on the driveway. So that's why this one's 50. You could probably do it for 40, 45 if it didn't have all this edging to do. This is a very fast property. I mean, we're talking, I think one time him and I, we mowed this in like 8 minutes. We didn't have to edge because we just edged the week before and it looked fine. But yeah, it does not take long to mow this property. Very, very easy property to mow. Glad to have him as a client. He actually mowed it, what was it, last week, and then right afterwards he called me and he's like, yeah, we're gonna use your services. It's not easy, especially, you know, when it's really hot outside. You got to pull out all your tools and stuff like that and get everything ready just to mow your grass, and you're done in 20 minutes, and you got to put everything back, and you got to make sure, you know, your blades are sharp, and you got to do oil changes and stuff like that. So make sure that you're charging, you guys. A lot of you out here doing, you're just charging not enough because you just want more clients, and you're gonna learn the hard way. No matter how many times us lawn care peoples tell you that you got to charge, you got to make sure you're making money. I have to pick up a bigger SIM card for that other GoPro. The one that I'm on right now, I think it's like a 250 or 260. And then that one is, I don't even know what size it is. Since I bought it, I haven't looked, but I just recorded like 4 pretty short videos on that one, and it's full. And this one, I could probably do like 7 or 8 20-minute videos, and it would only be half full. So, but yeah, another 50 bucks there, you guys. We are literally taking forever today. It's 12:30. We got to be done by 3 o'clock, and we've only gotten 3 lawns done. But we did do a little extra work on that first one, like I said. So, all right, I guess I'll see you guys when we get to that one. So we just finished up this one. Sorry, my GoPro camera is full, so I couldn't really do a POV or whatever, but this is my $50 a week account. My stripes are actually going diagonally that way, that's why you can't see anything. But anyway, my firewood stand here has been empty since November because I haven't been filling it up. But I'm about to put some wood in it here soon because we have a holiday weekend. So I'll probably spend like, I will probably sell like $500 worth of wood this weekend. So I'll make sure it's loaded up and ready to go. But James was finishing up blowing off the driveway, and I was like, why don't I just check the box to see if there's any money in there? Because I couldn't remember the last time I took money out. But apparently there's $35 sitting in here, and it's been sitting in there for months. But yeah, so free money, that's cool. All right, cool, on to the next one. Yeah, we got one more after this, so it'll take us 20 minutes. All right, fellas, just picked up a brand new account. Literally, he called me this morning. I said I'll be out that way, I'll take a look at it, and I gave him a price, and it's I give it a 5 out of 10. There's a lot of rocks, a lot of dolomite all over the place. We're gonna have to do some serious weed whacking the first time around, but it's one of those lawns that, like, you just do it bi-weekly. He doesn't really care if it looks amazing, this, that, and the other. Pretty small actually, and it's what I tell him, 65 bucks. But yeah, it goes a little ways back there. Not too bad at all, actually. Not bad. We just discussed from the plow trucks, there's like piles of dolomite all the way through the property line right here. I told him that we got to get this taken care of, and he said he'll get it taken care of as soon as possible. So today we're just going to weed whack right on top of the dolomite so I don't run it over with the mower, and then it pretty much stops right here. But you can see there's a bunch of it. That's just from plowing. It happens. All right, guys, we are done. This one was actually very fast. It was really tall too, so the weed whacker, you had to obviously go pretty slow. But, and one thing I wanted to show you was I literally pulled off like carpets, you guys, of this edge. Like, there's so much sitting right here. So he never said anything to me about edging the property. He never asked me about it, never said nothing about it. But that's what you do, you guys. You go above and beyond for your clients. And who knows, maybe this guy owns an apartment complex or another house he wants me to do his yard or whatever. So 65 bucks, that literally took us 15 minutes. You can see I'm actually walking you through it now, but yeah, like, this stuff was just wicked overgrown, you guys. This stuff was like knee high. I'm assuming it's the first cut of the year. When you're doing a first cut, especially on a property like this one, you guys go slow, take your time, because the last thing you want to do is suck up like a rope or hit a chain, or there's a big bolt sticking in the yard somewhere and you run it over and all of a sudden one of your spindles is broken, your belt broke, your blade snapped, something stupid that's going to put you down for a week. You don't want that. So just make sure you go slow, look in front of you, pay attention to what you're doing, and if you don't have a chute blocker, you guys, get one, because James and I actually just drove past somebody was doing a commercial account, and I kid you not, it was like a very, very busy street, and this dude has a chute blocker and he's just going right down the road, spitting everything into the road. I'm like, what in the, like, dude, you send a rock into someone's car? You know, my best friend does paint correction for a living, and he makes a lot of money, so I know it's not cheap to have somebody's car fixed. So if I were you guys, get a chute blocker, make sure it's done right. Don't be that guy that's out there just flinging crap all over the place. That's just crazy. I can't believe I've seen that. Well, I can believe it, but that's just stupid. You have a chute blocker on, use it. Don't be lazy. Last thing you want to do is send a rock through a $4,000 window. You know what I mean? Like, insurance or not, that's just stupid. It's a giant waste of time, giant waste of everybody's time. So don't do that. But yeah, here we are. I got to clean this mess up real quick, and I'll get back to you guys on the next one. 65 bucks. All right, so we made it back home. We missed one property, but it's not a big deal, because I don't know if those of you that remember, I did a quote for somebody on a big church for $100 bi-weekly. It was like 3-4 weeks ago. Well, he reached back out to me via email today, and he said, go ahead, let's move forward. I said, absolutely. So we are going to go out and do that one tomorrow, and then also the one that we missed, because by the time we got back here, it was almost 3 o'clock, and James has to pick his son up from school. So that will conclude today's video. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section. If you've made it this far in the video, do me a huge favor, smash that like button. It really helps me out a ton, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Have a blessed day. Peace.